Hello everyone, this is Alien Reddit Stories, where I tell alien stories off of Reddit. Story number 1. One night, I go down to the kitchen to drink water at about 4 a.m. and I hear this weird, kind of low-pitched buzzing sound coming from outside. I go out to the backyard and I shit you not, I see this effing bright rounded object, UFO, hovering about 600 feet right above me. I just froze there. I almost felt like I was paralyzed for a moment. I watched it ascend higher into the air and take off at an incredible speed and disappear into the wintry clouds. That night, I had a dream that I was abducted. Now when I think about it, I wonder if the dream was real, but that was purposely made to seem like a dream. I obviously don't know for sure, but it is effing scary-ish, man. Brother, take it easy on the vulgarity. My God. Story number 2. Not your typical story, and I'm saying it right now. I don't believe in aliens that abduct people, not even one bit. I always used to have nightmares about the Greys, or nightmares about watching a UFO in the sky just hover and look at me. Sometime I would be minding my own business in these dreams, and when the Greys would come, a feeling of indescribable horror would overtake me. I would try to run in these dreams, but I would feel the aliens crawling into my mind. I would become staggered and dizzy, and my eyesight in a dream would fail. My limbs wouldn't move properly then, nothingness. I would wake up sometime later shaken, perhaps trying to rid myself of the sleep paralysis. I would often sit awake for an hour or so, and every time I thought about that nightmare, I would get the most intensive shiver up my spine. Sometimes the dreams happen more than one night, and I always seem to have these dreams when I travel or go on vacation. One night, I decided I had enough and went back into the dream world knowing what awaited me. Predictably, the Greys came and I could feel them probing my mind again. As they got closer and I became more dizzy and unfocused, I pulled from out of nowhere a sword and killed every one of them. I woke up and I haven't had a dream like that since. It's been 3 years. I have no doubt it was just my mind and that I conquered some fear I had from watching too many Stephen King movie adaptations as a kid. But it's very interesting to think, what if they were real and were probing my minds and I destroyed their dream avatar or something? Who knows? I'm not trying to discount people's experiences, but I think 99.99999% of all alien stories are similar to stuff I experienced. Overactive dreams and sleep paralysis. Yeah, that's what you say, buddy. What do you come on, man. You can't just dismiss 99.999% of experiences. That's a mad lad. That's a mad lad right there. Story number 3. On numerous occasions, I have seen things that I can't personally explain. One night, I was looking through my telescope at the moon and took my eye away and noticed something darting across the sky. I thought nothing of it. And then I saw it move at a 90-degree angle. I can't think of anything that could do that. On another occasion, I was walking my dog and stood stargazing. When I enjoyed a cigarette before bed, I looked up at the sky and noticed a light moving through the sky. I figured that it was a satellite, but when it started to move in an irregular pattern, I was a bit more interested and watched it until it got to a star in the sky, then promptly disappeared. I saw lights moving in strange patterns in the sky a few different times. There's a comment on this one. I have seen this too, usually in the winter sky. I saw it the first time at a friend's house, and he reported seeing something similar the night before. Then a week later, I saw it again. Interesting. Story number 4. Was 16 in the mountains in Springfield, Utah. We were in our tent, and you couldn't see any stars through the thick canvas. There were 4 of us in the tent. About 1 hour being in the tent, a light appeared that we could see through the canvas. We got out and looked at the weird-looking light that was in the sky. About 30 minutes later, it slowly started moving down, and its light was lighting up the mountain valley. We were freaked out. Started swearing at it, shaking out BB guns at it. It eventually stopped again for another 30 minutes or so. At that point, it split into 2 light objects. One light got a blue flame and shot off into the sky in one direction. The other object did the same. No idea what the F it was, but we saw the same lights in the mountains for several days from our houses in the valley. Final story. I was lying in bed. I was about 8 years old when I had the worst nightmare of my life. I was lying in bed when a dark figure climbed through my bedroom window. I was a master of pretending to be asleep. The perks couldn't be overlooked. Missing CCD, mask, and getting carried in from long car rides and tucked in. So I did the same when I was carried through my window. I felt so surreal. At this point, I realized it was a dream. Eyes still closed, I only had the sensation of ascension. I felt myself stop and open my eyes to a dark room with reddish lights. I can't properly describe it, as it was a long time ago in a dreamy state, and plus, it was just outerworldly. I felt just a soft pinch on the back of my left hand and the front of my right. Next thing I knew, I was back in my bed with uncontrollable urge to cry. I ran downstairs to my babysitter and just cried in her arms. She did the classic, "It was just a dream." Obviously, I believed it. It wasn't until the next morning I noticed a scarring on the back of my left hand, as well as a noticeable metal about the size of a small ball bearing under the skin of my right palm. The next few years, the metal would often cause my skin to bubble up around it, cause warts, set off metal detectors, and confound every doctor I went to. It was noticeably more irritable in places like church, airports, and next to circuit breakers. I never got it removed because I was scared of being anesthetized. And I kind of liked feeling different having it there. 5 years after the incident, the metal fell out on its own, and now my skin is just slightly grayed there. I believe it was aliens with all my being. I still have the scar on my left hand, though it was shrunken considerably. Edit. The scar, like I said, is shrunken considerably as the ball when I saw it fell out. I mean, I woke up one morning and simply it wasn't there anymore. My goodness. This is what you call a pattern. A pattern is a series of events that are similar to each other that occur consecutively. For those who don't know, there are many patterns out there. The patterns of ball bearings falling out of one after another. The pattern of pearls falling off of a necklace. The patterns of colors in the sky, one after the other. And then there are the patterns of dreams. Dreams are the things of mystery. We don't know why we dream. We don't know why we sleep even. The brain is said to rest, but we can't confirm it. It is a complete mystery to us, and in that state, that dream state, patterns happen. Many, many different patterns. Patterns such as if you heard in these tales that were just preceded us. Now I want you to really pay attention here, okay? I believe sleep is a state that beings could affect you and infect you in. For what is your conscious other than an intangible, non-physical thing that can be broached, breached, or accessed? Yes, my lexicon is incredible, all right? I have a lot of perspicacity. Don't judge me, all right? But I'm saying this is all seriousness, okay? That little boy woke up and he had a ball bearing, something under his arm for years. Doctors didn't remove it. People have this similar stories. Something's coming for them. Something's coming after them. Something is seeing them. Now, listen to me very carefully, all right? There are things out there that we don't know about, all right? And there are things that are beings that we don't know about, and they have a higher consciousness than us. They can access us, and in the times that they do, who's to say they don't pacify us? Think about it. All right, you go under, you get some anesthesia, you go under, you don't know where you are. You wake up, you're delusional. You're thinking things that you have no belief in thought. This is just physical chemicals being injected to you, causing these hallucinations. Now, what if you have better chemicals, more precise chemicals, more delineated chemicals that can control the processes of your mind and allow people access to you in a way that you would never fathom because you don't have the knowledge to even fathom such things? And that was a mouthful. What I'll say is this, okay? That little boy was got by something, all right? Something got him. And I believe that little boy. Children don't lie, all right? People don't take them seriously, but they're not liars, okay? They never lie. And if they do lie, then that's because you taught them how to lie, all right? But they're not liars of their own accord. Now, something got that kid. Now listen carefully. Something's going to get you right now. If you don't hit that subscribe button, do it. Do it. Do it. It will liberate you. And I'll see you next time on Alien Reddit Stories.